You're listening to the Point. Ready or not, let's keep it real at Turning Point.
More often than not, the unexpected happens. Life comes and it comes with real challenges. So the reason that we decided to start this podcast is we want to have those hard conversations, to grow, to realize that we're not alone. Each podcast is going to bring you a story of understanding the darkness that surrounds a lot of the stories that we see coming through the doors of Turning Point. Women overcoming the odds. It's going to be real. It's going to be raw. You're going to hear the pain, but you're also going to see the victory in what they've overcome. And so we named our podcast To the Point because that's exactly our goal, is to get to the point of these things in our life that bring guilt, they bring shame. We really want to push them aside or push them down and act like it's not even a part of who we really are. And you're going to hear that as a common thread in the women and men who will share their stories. They don't want to come to the realization of what they've been through, but they understand that sharing their stories may help someone else. And so that's really the goal and the purpose of this podcast. So we want to kick it off by introducing everybody that's going to be a part of this podcast, telling you a little bit about what we do here. Who's going to be involved, a little bit of the format. I think we've decided each podcast we're going to start off with a statistic. We're going to jump into a story of somebody who's been there, done that, and is rocking life. And then we're going to jump down, hopefully, to resources that will help connect you if you find yourself there, if you found that you've been there, or you just need a little extra help. So with me today is Sherry Love, who is our nurse sonographer in the center.
Hello.
And Susan Cavell, who is our case manager within the center.
Hello.
And then Nikki, who is on the computer recording, editing, and she will be chiming in as well.
Hi.
So we're just going to talk about what we see at Turning Point, what we do, and how it's done. Sherry, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll start out. I think the biggest thing that I see here is body language of people that walk in through the door. Their fears drive their body language to look so different because they're so afraid for whatever reason. We're a pregnancy medical center, so we see a variety of a lot of different things associated with that. But to be able to walk through the doors, to have the courage to walk through the doors, and then get the help that they see is so available. People have seasons in their life that are really, really hard. And so that's why we're here, is to help people through those seasons and give them the information that they need to move forward. And for me to see the body language when they walk out the door, and it might not be that day, but after some period of time, to see the confidence and the hope that they have is really encouraging.
Absolutely. And I think I should have thrown in there that we are a nonprofit for those that are not familiar with us. So everything that we do is free and confidential. All of our support comes from local donations, and you can make those donations at pregnancylascruces.com on our donate page if you're interested in supporting the organization. But we do pregnancy test, STD testing, first trimester ultrasounds. We have an Earn While You Learn program where parents choose to participate in education and then earn material resources. We have post-abortion recovery. We have some discipleship programs. We have some relationship building tools. There's a lot of resources that we have within the walls. And then Nikki works really hard on building our resource list to connect men and women who need more than what we have as far as support. So Nikki, you want to tell a little bit about what you do?
So what I do is I run the front desk. So when you walk in, you're going to see my face. I'm working really hard on the podcasts because I think it's really important to get these stories out there, because I think pregnancy centers, sometimes they get a bad rap. Sometimes pregnancy centers definitely get a bad rap. And to know that, like Sherry said, it takes confidence to walk through that door. I know people that didn't have that confidence, aka me. And so I think it's just really important to take that stigma away from us and to showcase these stories. And like, these are girls that made it. They asked for the help and they made it. Or these are men that didn't know how to be a dad, and here they are, they made it. And pretty much every one of our stories, you're going to hear something about an unplanned pregnancy. Like Debbie always says, 50% of pregnancies are unplanned. So we see a lot of that where we see people when they're in crisis and these stories that we air are about overcoming whatever crisis that is. And so I really love what we do because we're here to help and we're here to love. And it's awesome to see these women and men coming forward and saying, hey, you know, I've lived through something really hard and here's where I am now. And I want to help others and encourage others to get there too, because they can.
Yeah, and I think we are all on the same page with that. It's a community and it's support and it's encouragement, and that's what it needs to be to get through life. Susan, you want to say something? She's shaking her head no. We have drugged Susan, kicking and screaming. Susan has what we call a natural gift for just investigating further and digging deeper in people's stories. So she will come out. There just has to be something compelling to draw her out. And so you will hear her throughout future podcasts. She'll be with us, maybe not every time, but a lot of it. And she is a case manager within our center, which means she takes all of the client charts and uploads those electronically, which is a lot. And then she also does our follow-up calls. So if you've been a client and you've been here at the center, you have probably received a phone call from Susan. And from a lot of you, the feedback is you're very thankful for those calls and when she does give them. So again, the idea of this podcast is to shed light on topics that we don't talk about. You know, a lot of the clients or the individuals who will share their story are going to change their names. You know, this isn't something that they share with people on campus or their coworkers at work. These are, like Nikki said, life is hard, and they're taking that vulnerability and they're laying it out there to help somebody else. But you know, it takes a lot of courage. And so we just want to applaud those that have shared. You're going to hear a lot of stories. We cover everything from sexual assault, rape, our campus ministry on the NMSU campus. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about single parenting. We're going to talk about drug addiction, suicide. We're going to talk about everything that we see walk through the doors that we see men and women overcome every day. And honestly, like, they deserve a standing ovation. They just keep working and they just keep working and they just keep working. And, you know, 99% of success is showing up. And these people keep showing up in the lives of their family, in the lives of their kids. And we see that success. So we want to honor that. So we hope that you'll join us. And like I said, each time with every podcast, our hope is to give you some statistics, give you a story, give you some resources to help. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram as far as Turning Point. You can visit our website, pregnancylosscrucis.com. And, you know, the catchphrase here that we want to just always keep in mind is to be reminded that, you know, stars can't shine without darkness.